That's heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder ringing the closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange Wednesday, and as you can see, breaking the gavel in the process. Wilder has earned a fearful reputation for his power in the boxing ring, and he plans to use it tonight in an electrifying title defense against Dominic Breazeale at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. But what happens to all that power and intimidation outside the ring? We recently found out.
Wilder's right hand is Thor's hammer, and here in round one, he is Ragnarocking Stavern!
Heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder has proclaimed himself the baddest man on the planet. An apt description, earned one knockout at a time.
Down!
What's it like when you land a knockout punch?
To feel that power, you know, the velocity that's coming from my fist to hit his face, to meet that right there, and to see the reaction that happens. The hardest hit a punch in boxing, period.
And while he prides himself on that reputation with his Bronze Bomber nickname, spend a little time with the 6'7" powerhouse,
Love my babies.
and you'll see boxing is just one part of Wilder. And the title he seems to relish most is Dad.
Outside of boxing, I'm a homebody. I'm a true homebody. And I love being around my family. I love being around my kids. And I tell them I love them about 6 or 7 times a day. Give me a kiss. Oh.
The dichotomy that is Deontay, a mix of peace and ruthless power, which he says has been within him all along.
My mom would say he was a Tasmanian devil, you know. But I was quiet though. I was to myself.
The second oldest of 4 kids raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the place he still calls home, Wilder dreamt of playing basketball or football for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And while he grew up poor, one thing he was rich in, family. And with that came faith.
We had a lot of love. My entire family was based off love, you know. I'm a pastor's child as well too, so.
And a pastor's grandchild.
And a pastor's grandchild.
Wilder's father, Gary, was and still is a preacher in Tuscaloosa.
Any memories that come back to you?
Almost definitely, you know. Just sitting up in the pulpit, you know, I always talked about the passion that he had when he preached. You know?
God, in the name of Jesus, we ask you to let your hand be with him.
Your son is the heavyweight champ.
Yeah.
You work in a house of God.
Absolutely.
People don't see those two things connecting.
Correct.
What do you think?
There is a connection, it's a spiritual connection. And you know, things that are spiritual are gonna be unseen.
Although he was a man of God and stuff, he didn't believe in not defending yourself now. He wasn't gonna let nobody bully you. We had the God in us too, but we also had the other side as well.
Faith and strength, which Wilder relied upon when at age 19, he found out he was going to be a father for the first time.
I must admit it was very scary. The ball game is different when your child is not healthy.
That child would be born with spina bifida, meaning her spinal cord wouldn't be developed properly.
Sometimes God throw you tests in there, because that's what I look at it as. It was a test for me.
Did you think at any point of just walking away?
Never. Never. I mean, damn, when you said that, that stabbed my heart. Like, I could never imagine my daughter not being here. You know, that's my world. That's the foundation and the start to it all, you know what I mean?
Wilder's daughter, Naia, is 14 now. She's thrived despite doctors' fears. But before she was born, Wilder had no way of knowing how much medical or physical help she would need, just that he would be the one to provide it.
In deciding you need to take care of your child, how did boxing become that answer?
I brought up boxing for the simple fact that, I was looking at the money aspect of it. I was ignorant to the sport. I thought every fighter that stepped in the ring made a lot of money, you know.
What was it like the first time getting in there?
First off, when I walked to the gym, no lie, when I walked into I heard the heavenly sounds, hallelujah, hallelujah. You know, with all the bags being hit, the speed bag.
Really?
Because I never seen this. I'm in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We ain't seen no boxing here.
The first time he got between the ropes, Wilder admits he was like Bambi, trying to get his footing and teach his body how to be a fighter. But he was driven by a promise made to then one-year-old Naia.
I had no one else to watch her while I was in the gym, and I remember calming her down, patting on the back, said, "No, it's okay, baby, don't worry. Daddy's gonna be the heavyweight champion of the world one day, and he's gonna be able to support you beyond your belief." You know what I mean? She's just looking at me, not knowing the thing that I'm talking about.
Since putting on his first pair of boxing gloves, it would take Wilder about a decade to get a shot at the heavyweight title. But he never forgot that promise. On January 17, 2015, Deontay Wilder was crowned WBC heavyweight world champion.
Now, yeah, baby, I know you watching this, man. I promise you when you was 1 year old that Daddy'll be world champion. And we'd have been through a lot, man, and here I am, Daddy, coming home with that belt, baby.
What was that moment like?
Oh, man, that was amazing. It was an amazing moment because I had so much weighing in on that. It was like, man, I did it, you know? It's just that feeling of setting a goal, and no matter what, just going through so much.
Dad kept his promise.
At age 29, Wilder became the first American heavyweight champ in nearly 10 years. And now, the big paydays he promised his daughter are his reality.
This was your way out, your way to a better life.
Amen.
But it doesn't mean it's who you are as a person.
Amen. Exactly. Right on here. It don't mean who I am. I love to fight now. Keep me around. I'm a nice guy that can whoop some ass. Okay? That's what I am. That's what I am. Every bit of it.
Wow.
Simply put, right now, Naia is now the oldest of 7 kids that Wilder has, and he talks about how he does everything for them. I was teasing him because he said, you know, the gold chains, the cars, those are for them. I'm like, but you'll enjoy them for a little while, which obviously he does. But it's really obvious. His passion is about his children.
Yeah.
The thing he regrets the most is this career that he has sometimes keeps him from their events because he draws so much attention. And when we were there, that happened to him. You could see the hurt in his eyes about that.
Is he the answer to making boxing an American sport again?
You know, Michelle, I don't even know if there is an answer to that because MMA sort of clouds that water, you know, or muddies the water, I should say. But he's an exciting fighter to watch. And if the idea is that we want a heavyweight champion and an American one, he is the answer right now.
Wow.